Hey, what's going on, guys? IK Multimedia here. Hey, what's going on, Adrian? What's going on, Paul? Let's let a couple people get in here and we'll get started. We're going to be going over AmpliTube 4 today. You guys stay tuned till the end and you're going to win a chance to grab your own AmpliTube 4 Max completely free. Oh. Hey, what's going on? Vitali Production. All right, looks like I got the green light. Cool. So, what's going on, everybody? This is Ryan here. This is Tech Talks, one piece of a daily live stream from IK Multimedia. We're going to be going over tips and tricks for different IK products with a live Q&A and giveaway at the end of each episode. What's going on, Keith? This week's stream, we're actually going to be going over AmpliTube 4, from how to get started to some more in-depth controls with some tips and tricks from the IK team. At the end of the stream, stay tuned. We're going to be giving away AmpliTube Max to a lucky winner. That's a chance to win over 300 pieces of gear at a $4.99 value, completely free just for staying tuned. All right, let's get started here. Hey, what's going on, Steve? All right, so I have a couple different tunes here, a couple different presets ready to go. Let me get some signal. Sorry, guys, that's just the mic. Check back here. Sorry about that. We got AmpliTube muted. So I got a couple of different tracks here. Let's go ahead. That's AmpliTube disabled. So we got rock, metal, or blues. What would you guys prefer me to create today? I'm going to go ahead and run through each one of them. And just throw what you want to hear in the comments, and we'll pick here in a second. This is our rock tone. Cool, so we got a Marshall here from the Slash collection. I tried to use all the gear from the Slash collection, and we're going to be going over how to set up each one of these controls, like the wah pedal, and how to really pick your favorite mic, set the mixer in the cab page, pick delays, and all that. Cool. So let's go ahead. Let's switch over to the metal tune. Hey. AmpliTube Satriani. That's a very good question. Stay tuned, guys. We'll have some interesting stuff going on soon. If you guys go ahead and click that subscribe button now, you guys should be seeing new content as it comes out. Cool. Let's go ahead and jump into my blues preset. Oh, looks like I don't have any audio there. blasted record. Cool, guys. So what do you think? Let's go over this blues. We'll get started with the audio MIDI setup, which is actually really important. So in Ableton, you have a couple of different options here. You're going to see buffer size and pretty bad latency right here for this setup. But your buffer size is really important. If you're going to play live, I suggest 128 to 256. But if you guys are mixing and mastering and you're not playing live, you should bump that all the way up into the thousands if you can. It doesn't hurt. Latency shouldn't hurt you in the mixing mastering process. Cool. So once you have your whole audio MIDI set up, make sure you have your MIDI devices set up. And in here we have the iRig Stomp IO, which I'll be using today. We have the track on, which will allow us to control AmpliTube. And we're going to do that through some automation. Cool. So running through, the first thing I like to do is go to the prefs menu, and this can really knock down your CPU usage. So here, let me actually go to a new track, and we'll start fresh. So let me turn you off. Always disable plugins when you can. It'll save you a lot of processing power in the long run. So first thing I like to do, especially since we're streaming, let's turn down some quality options. This should save some processing power. And you notice there's oversampling options. You can turn these back on when you bounce and whenever you print your tracks. That's probably the best way really to go. Okay, cool. So you also have the amp reverb, the room, and digital versus real spring. It'll make a nice subtle difference, especially when you're bouncing down. So I always make sure to turn that back on. All right, cool. So let's just hear that default preset. Not too bad, but this is a little bit older of a model. I'm going to jump into AmpliTube Fender 2. This is one of my favorite amps in AmpliTube right now. Hey, what's going on, Fernando? You hear right away, super bright, super clean, lots of headroom here. So turn that bright control down. I still like a little bit of treble, maybe bring my mids up, bass down, a little less reverb, and I don't like any tremolo. Hey, what's going on, Sebastian Chaviano? All right. Sorry, you guys having a little trouble hearing me? I could turn that up, no problem. There we go. How's that, guys? We jumped into blues for this one, but if you stay tuned for another one, I'll go over some metal riffs, maybe at the end if we have some time here. So I love that amp right away. I don't even need to do anything really. I do like to start with one mic and add as I go. I like it right in between the cone, right there. And you can actually knock this back if you want to add some room. Right, and then personally I like it right up against the amp. All right, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, sorry, during the stream, it's a little bit of a A quick solution, if you notice I have the FL ACO driver selected in Ableton, that's sending out to my streaming software. So normally I have much less CPU usage. And if you guys ever want to try out this gear, remember the custom shop does allow you to try things out. You got a couple of days without any noise or anything. Try it out on your projects. Make some presets. All right, cool. So let's go ahead. We'll let's pick a room. Just for the sake of getting a nice big tone, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the room to one side. Let's crank it, just so I get a little separation there. Ooh, sorry, you guys can hear that. Cranking a little high here. Let me just go ahead and save this preset for now. And if you guys notice, there's a lot of fields when you do save presets. That's really good for the preset browser. I'm just gonna go rock for the live stream. Cool. And just go ahead and delete that guy. And let's do the same for my metal. Like Sebastian, you mentioned in there, I got the Mesa Tube Screamer, great setup. I'm actually using a Gibson Les Paul. Or sorry, it's an SG. Wasn't thinking there for a second. All right, cool. Sweet. So all we have is a nice 57 right there, and you can hear the room tone in the back. Cool, so you really hear that, and I like to really drop it down, maybe about there. Just eliminate that so I don't have to look at it. Don't forget the gate. Oh, oops, forgot to delete you. So one of my favorite gates, and I'm not getting too much noise here, but the noise gate of hell has this nice filter on it, and it'll cut out everything immediately and leave you some of the brilliance of your sound. So if you're trying to get like pinch harmonics, stuff like that, it really carries through. No effect on the tone, really. Oh, actually. Let's go ahead and try a more clean gate. I like the slash also. Just turn it to hiss a little bit. Yeah, I love leaving my guitar on one side and the reverb on the other. It kind of opens it up a little bit. The gate that comes with AmpliTube 4. I don't. Oh, sorry, this guy. So when I do use him, I like to put him around like -59. That's kind of where I see a lot of my guitar signal dies out. And depending on your tone, if you're going for something really metal, the release time is going to be a big thing. Mess with that. I like it a little quick, but I've seen some cases where slowing it down really does help bring things out. Hey, what's up, Synth Street? Yes, this is Ryan from IK. All right, cool. Sorry, we started a little late, so I'm going to go a little extra. So let's jump into a little bit more depth right here. I'm going to replace this gate with, let's go with a nice wah. We'll stick with the AmpliTube stuff. I like the 46. And what I've been doing recently, because I have a lot of tracks with AmpliTube, is I'll go to the MIDI learn in Ableton. I'll set my wah to a parameter, and then I'll MIDI learn that automation. So right there. Nice and easy. Sorry about that. Brand new strings. I tend not to cut them, if you guys can hear that in the mic. Keith, you might want to try a power conditioner. That might help clean up your signal a little bit. Cool, thanks, Paul. Just reading through some comments here. The black gate pedal. Let's see. Can Peter, anybody from the stream, answer which gate that is? Ooh, saving presets to an external drive. When you save, it goes to the default presets folder. You can save a backup elsewhere, but AmpliTube's always going to look in this direction. So make sure your presets are here if you want them loaded. Speaking of presets, one really cool thing, which I didn't notice for a while, is pedal board setups. So if I want to throw, say, a nice little fuzz pedal here, let's turn off that wah. I can immediately make that its own preset. So if I really want that to be the blues fuzz wah, I can pull that wherever I want. If I want to pull it just up here and use this signal flow, I can actually make a stereo track and keep those settings together. So now if I were to go ahead and grab the Fender 2, throw him here, copy those settings. Bless you. Sorry, we're all cooped up in here with COVID. Don't worry, nobody's infected. We're all being nice and healthy. Hope you guys are too. Ooh, Fender head with a Leslie cab. Interesting. Let's see. Let's go here. A little fuzzy. Let's go ahead and make him nice and clean. All right, and the cool thing is I have another cab here that is playing regular, just guitar signal. I'm gonna turn off that second mic. Add it back when I need it. COVID in the back. Yeah, staying home has been pretty nice, I do have to say. So here, let's actually jump back into our single preset. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these guys. I showed you guys how to set up the wah, but this right here is crucial to any kind of rigging. So notice this is the signal flow chart. You're gonna go from your mono input to the tuner, to the stomps, to the amp, follow the red line. All right, so if you change this, now my signal is being split into two different rigs, which is useful if you want to do a stereo pair and kind of pan things out, make it really big with one guitar. I know Dime liked to do that a lot. There are a couple different places you can grab presets online. We have a unofficial preset group on Facebook, if you guys want to check that out. We are looking to the preset exchange, which I know a lot of people really loved in the past. It's a great place for everybody to, you know, share their gear, share their presets. Thank you too. Stay healthy, everybody. Cool. So I do just want to remind you guys, we are giving away AmpliTube Max at the end of the stream, so make sure to stay tuned. That's $4.99 value, completely free just for watching. Right now, I'm actually going through the Axe IO. I'm not using the Axe driver, so I'm not getting, you know, the best performance out of it right now, but it's been doing what I needed to do. If you want, let me show you some Z-tone real quick. Let's go back to a regular cab. Actually, if you turn match on, off and on, it'll go right back. It's pretty nice. Cool. And we'll just crank you up, maybe a little there. All right, so let's see. Cool. Sorry about that. Reading some comments. So let's let's dry this up completely. Now you guys can just hear my signal. Sorry, knocked it out of tune a little bit. I'm very close to passive, but I'm gonna roll all the way back over to bold. You notice the gain dropped out a little bit too. Let's actually give a little more juice there. So that's bold. We're gonna dial over to sharp now. You really hear it kick up, and I love that part. It makes it a little bit heavier when you're on the sharp side. So I'm gonna go back to bold one more time. Sounds a little bit more like my Strat, and I'm playing an SG again, everybody, Gibson SG. And now I'm on the sharp. And I can always turn the gain down to give it a sharp sound without too much extra bump to it. And then let's go back one more time in a bold. Crank the gain. Personally, I love it set almost to the middle, a little bit to the left, with the gain knob kind of facing it, depending on the guitar. Here, let me read some comments. AmpliTube's great for guitar, bass, instruments. I've run keys through it and bypassed the amps. Pretty much anything you want to run through it, you can try. Let's see, what else? Cool, glad my volume's great. Here, I'll leave some time for Q&A at the end here. All right. So I got a little bit of a heavy tone right there. And I'm only on 3 on the amp, which is pretty cool because the new modeling, you can really roll back your volume and get a clean signal. So here, let me dial all the way back. I'll go up to like 6. Let's try that. And then I'm going to crank up. And it starts to really break up as I get to the top. Honestly, don't even use the distortion pedal when I'm playing blues. I just crank this guy up to 10 and roll off my volume. Bypassing the amps, definitely. I do that a lot actually when I use like synths through it, like Eric's asking. If you notice, there's a little button up here. You can actually turn that guy off. And now I'm just going through the cabinet, the rack, and everything else that's still on. So if you have, say, a keyboard, you just want to add a little bit of digital delay, turn everything off, load this in here, and you're good to go. So whether it's the full tone or you're loading any of these different stomps, you can load all of your gear pretty much to any sound in your DAW. All right, cool. Sweet. So if you guys didn't see that before, I'm going to set this real quick to a pedal on my Stomp IO. I'm going to go to parameter 2, and parameter 2, I'm going to MIDI learn here. So if you guys didn't see that, it's a quick right click, super easy. And now it's good to go. And then cleaned up, nice and easy. Cool. So one of the things I do like to add is some delay, and sometimes it's a little bit heavy, so I like to turn this all the way back down. And let's go stereo. Ooh, drop my pick. Cool, glad you like it, Booth. Ooh, mixing and mastering service, great. Sweet, so let's just jump through a couple of different effects here before we wrap up and jump to the QA. Remember, you guys, we are giving away AmpliTube Max at the end of the stream, so make sure to stay tuned. So one of my other favorite effects is going to be the Opto Tremolo. Set it to about 1/8. Let's check that out. Really cuts in and out, which I really like. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw my expression pedal on another control. And while I'm not using the wah, I'm going to use the depth control, which is cool. Sorry about that. All right, so you can really see how you can quickly throw it to anything there. Another cool thing I like to do is, let's go to one of the quick delays. So we'll throw feedback to that same control. You can hear I'm really controlling that feedback with my foot, which is really cool for just adding swells or, messing things about while, say, the drummer's playing a couple things on the tom, or you want to get unique somewhere in the mix. Oh, a couple questions here. Let me jump back in. I'm actually using the Stomp IO. So if you look in my MIDI setup, iRig Stomp IO right there. All I needed to do was turn on track to control AmpliTube, and it was good to go. I actually have a small compressor on the master just for levels, just for the stream, really. Fender 2 is honestly my favorite. Avocado Street Studios, nice name. Aha, somebody knows their tool. So at the end of the stream, in about, say, 5 minutes, I'm gonna ask you guys a question, and once the question is asked, everybody shoot your answer. We're gonna have one of our representatives from the chat pick the winner. Honestly, I still do build pedals, Fernando. There's always unique things you can do. And I've been using the AX.io to kind of test them, which is really nice. The reamp output you can send straight into your pedal board and then send the pedal board straight into input 1. With the Z-tone and the gain, you don't lose any signal. You pretty much can do it with anything. Thanks, glad you guys are enjoying the sound quality. We've been experimenting with a couple of different things. These are all IK products that I'm using today. Oh, except, of course, I do have this nice RE20 in front of my face, which sounds lovely. All right, so let's see. Do you guys have anything else you want to check out in AmpliTube, anything specific? We pretty much went over how to use the stomps, the amp section, tuning a couple of different things. If you're not familiar with the insert, it's the same thing as a send and receive on the back of the amp. So this is a good place to throw your time-based effects, like your reverbs, your delays, tape echoes. We went over the cab section, selecting a different cab, mic, room. It hit the desk, actually. My mic's turned up a little bit. All right, so let's see if I can think of something here. If you guys noticed, I did use automation, but you can use MIDI. It's going to be the same thing. What you're going to want to do is create a new track and get some MIDI input on it. I'm not going to run through this video, but there is a tutorial online. Go to the FAQ for AmpliTube, and you're going to see a walkthrough on how to do this on live. We like to use live as we include it with different interfaces like iRig, Stomp.io, and AX.io. Hear different microphones? Of course. Yeah, let's run through a couple of different ones. Let's see. Let's jump back over here. So, throw the RE20, which is a unique choice. Has a very unique sound compared to the 57. One of my favorite mics is the Ribbon, the 160. Watch how it handles, or listen to how it handles the high end. Right, so if I actually put that right here in the dead center, where I normally wouldn't, it doesn't sound bad at all. Let's see, one or two more mics. I love the 414, but you really have to find a unique sound for it. Actually, one thing I do want to show you guys, which I think is pretty cool. In the Brian May collection, we have this nice little amp. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with that tone, but if you crank this battery power all the way down, I just want to show you how the sound cranks down. Watch how it disperses. Just like a battery dying. I love it. It's so realistic. You find a nice little medium there. And when you use a mic like the 414, maybe add a little bit more room, do something a little unique. Cool. All right, so sweet. It's about time for that giveaway. So you guys, we're giving away a copy of AmpliTube Max. That's again a $4.99 value, completely free. Once you guys see the question on screen, we're gonna ask you to shoot over some of your favorites. I won't spoil it. Here, actually, let's just go ahead and, guys, shoot in the comments your favorite AmpliTube collection. Let's see what you guys use the most. Personally, I love the Fender 2 collection. I can't get enough of it. So that's throw your favorite AmpliTube collection in the comments or the chat, the live chat. One of our IK reps will pick a winner for AmpliTube Max. That's over 300 pieces of gear of all this awesome stuff that I've gone through today. Fender 2 Orange, keeping them rolling, guys. The Orange collection is really great, especially for that rock tone. If you guys love the Mesa stuff, I always put a Mesa through the Orange cabinets for like a pop punk kind of tone. I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Normally load this guy. Throw an Overscream on there, which is a great pedal. Almost no drive is really cool. Use the tone knob to really crank it out, and then pick the Orange cab in here. Angle Brian May, nice, seeing all the answers roll in. Jimi Hendrix is great. I love the old broken up tube sound. It's great. Mesa Boogie. The power behind those amps, I love them. If you guys haven't tried them, let me show something really cool. If you look here, there's a back button where you have a bias switch, rectifier, power section, which if you guys have ever used the amp itself, might not be that easy to just, and you're good. That happens for the triple rec as well. And I believe for the Mark IV and all that stuff is really cool. Oh, Tim Spin, I see a question I missed there. Is there a way to send the output from the amp, cab, rack to separate outputs in the DAW? You can't send these guys out to specific outputs, but if you do use one of these routing sections, you can send one channel to the left, and that's going to be your 1. Send the other channel to the right, that's going to be your 2 on a stereo channel. And then from there, you can just kind of separate them. Pro Tools does that quick split to mono. All right, I think. All right, it looks like I Feel Good wins. Excellent name. That's a copy of AmpliTube Max. Don't worry, guys. We're going to be giving away a bunch more stuff this week. Tune into the live streams at 4 p.m. I believe the next one's going to be on YouTube. And then the following days after that are going to be on Instagram Live. I feel good. I'm sure you do after winning that. That's awesome. I'll leave a little time for some Q&A here if you guys have any other questions that I missed. The B3 is great. If you guys haven't checked Hammond B3X out, I didn't think I needed another organ plug-in, but man. I feel good. Just shoot your email over to the IK team. They'll get you hooked up. And I believe we have a hashtag for anything you create with your bundle. And if you guys, if we like your content, we'll definitely post it up on the site. I think it's hashtag IK Creator. Let's see if the IK mods here will correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, if you guys haven't seen, it's a little off topic, but the iRig Stream is a great device. Just 99 bucks, and you have a world of streaming in your hands. It's an RCA connection, so any mixers, for any DJs, if you play drums straight out from the mixer, if you're a guitar teacher, it's just great to have a quick thing you can plug into Mac, PC, iOS, and get high quality audio quick. If you guys do want to stay tuned to the latest deals, we do have a newsletter, ikmultimedia.com/newsletter. Sign up. You'll be the first to hear of any promotions, anything like that. On Instagram, you can actually stream with 2 different people. We had Mark Mengi and Alex Skolnick on Instagram Live yesterday. Very interesting conversation. Alex is a great player. Oh, the Mesa back button. That's one of my favorite features. You kind of reach there for final tunings and stuff. It's great. Thank you. Thank you, moderator, for throwing that link down there. Everybody make sure to sign up for the newsletter and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be doing these weekly. Any new mics be added to Mic Room? I can't say I have any information for you right now. That's an interesting question, though. If you guys aren't familiar with Mic Room, let me see if I can load it up here and show you guys. It's a great tool for changing the overall source signal. So if whatever you recorded was a little bit too far from the mic, you can add some proximity effect in there. And it's not just EQing. It's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. The harmonics are really cool. Let's see. Can I do that? All right. So actually, I am using an RE20. I don't mean to get too off topic here, but... So this is turning my RE20 to a condenser 87. Vintage, old school microphone. You got the telephone mic, vintage dynamic 20, and the Velo 8, the big bass guy right there. If you notice, that proximity just disappears when I dial back. Add some harmonics. You can even add some gain. You have mid, side. Add some proximity to the middle, suck it out of the sides. Really cool for creating some space. Oh, we're just about wrapping up. We did play some guitar earlier. I was running through some different presets. You can rewatch the video after we're done here. If there's anything you guys want to see for the following weeks, definitely shoot us some info in the chat, and we'll see what we can do. Don't worry, we'll be here. We'll definitely be back with some more content soon. Just so you guys know, you can stay tuned tomorrow at 4 p.m. for D-Flow's audio toolbox. He's going to be going over setting up your podcast or live stream with the iRig stream. I saw a couple of interested people in that. So definitely jump in, see what Derek has to say, and watch. He's definitely a great person to explain everything for you guys. Sorry about that. I do have mic room on here. Was it a little bit low without it? My apologies. Thank you guys all for joining us here. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow. If we missed your question, don't worry. You can post in the chat now. We'll leave it open for a couple of minutes after the stream. And don't forget, our support team is still available. Times might be a little bit longer than usual with everything going on, but we're definitely behind you guys. Oh, sorry, Eric. We actually had somebody win the giveaway already, but we will be giving away some more stuff throughout the week. Stay tuned. All right, just about wrapped up. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll definitely be back soon. And remember, guys, stay tuned next week. Oh, I feels good. You can see he's so happy he won there. But thanks again, everybody, for watching. Remember, 4 p.m. tomorrow, D-Flow's Audio Toolbox. And we'll see you guys there.